I know we've got some on here. I know we have quite a few more that are said that they have to get on late tonight. So, okay. So we are officially recording. So hello. So for any newbies who may be hopping on here, my name is Kendall Boyd. I'm a senior Ruby ambassador with Plexus. I'm the one that you guys see post all the crazy stuff on our team.
Too.
But I am so excited you guys are joining us. And I am going to go ahead and mute everybody. So hang on just a second. And I am going to unmute you, Bridget. Okay, so I got that taken care of. Hang on, let me move this out of the way. Okay, so it has been a little bit since we have been able to do this because of Memorial Weekend. So it's been 2 weeks since we have had our team call. So I've been looking forward to this all day today, getting to see everybody. I am super excited about our guest speaker tonight, Bridget Ryan. She is a Diamond Ambassador, and she is a mom of 7 kiddos, which just blows my mind. And then she also, I saw just announced that she is one of the top 30 credit earners for convention next week, which means she knows what she's doing. So I am very excited that she decided to hop on here. She's going to be just sharing her story, sharing her top business tips and just advice that she has about this business. So Bridget, take it away, girl, whatever you would like to share.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on this call. And, I'm going to do my best to share some tips and some good nuggets for you guys to take back into your businesses. But my journey started 2 years ago. I got on the products, loved the products, but was like a lot of us say, never, ever, ever going to do an MLM. And so I took them for 9 months secretly, and only my husband knew. But soon people started noticing a change in me. I got pregnant with my 7th baby. I basically joined just to lose some baby weight from baby number 6 and just to get some energy. And so once I got energy, I lost that weight. I got pregnant again. And so I always had very, not hard pregnancies, but I was always tired on the couch, kind of had prepartum depression, not postpartum, but when I was pregnant, I was always just depressed and tired and just not a fun mom. And so this time, my friends started noticing, Bridget, even at 36, you are having a better pregnancy than all the other pregnancies you've had in your early 20s. What's different? And I said, these supplements I'm taking. And kind of a blonde moment, but I would send them to my friend Rhonda and say, if you want to order them, here's her website, which I can't believe I did now, looking back. So April 1st of 2015, I decided to sign on as an ambassador and get a couple people to join me so that I could get my products free, because I wanted to get my husband on the triplex as well. And at that time, we could not afford to buy 2 triplex. So long story short, I had the best pregnancy I've ever had. I had so much energy that I swam 100 miles when I was pregnant. I've taken that journey. If you want to check out hashtag 100 miles before delivery is my journey through that. If you have anybody that's pregnant and taking Plexus, I have a lot of good information on there. So anyway, people started noticing, and that's how I marketed my business. And I think that that is huge, to be to brand yourself and to market yourself on social media. Social media is a powerful tool. We have Facebook, and we can reach people from all over the world. I have people on my team from New Zealand and Canada and Australia. I don't even know these people, but I branded myself on social media, on Instagram, and through hashtags, people have found me and say, I want to try this pink drink. So I have built, I would say, 60 to 70% of my business off of Instagram and through hashtags. And I don't make it look like an infomercial on social media where it's just bags of probiotic and bags of Slim. I try to paint a wide picture. So if you follow me on Instagram or you follow me on Facebook, you'll see that I try to incorporate my family, my lifestyle into Plexus. And people will follow me not because of Plexus, but then they'll see a commercial ad. They'll see, I wonder why she's swimming 100 miles with her 7th baby. What is she doing? I want what she's having, So that's a really big advantage in our industry today, is using social media the right way. So April 1st of 2015 was when I put my first Facebook post out, and I was silver in June at convention last year. I had 4 people on my team. Didn't really know what this Plexus thing was about. I was making a little bit of money, and soon worked really hard when Leaders Retreat points came out. We were at convention last year, and they announced that Leaders Retreat would be in DC. And I looked at my upline, Rhonda Shaw, and I said, I want to go. I don't care what it takes. I was 9 months pregnant at convention last year, and I said, I know I'm going to have a newborn, but I want to go. It looks amazing. And so I worked really hard on recruiting. I really believe that the speed of the leader is the speed of the team. So I recruit. I have over 250 level ones, which I know is a lot, but I really believe that if you grow wide as much as you can, you never stop working. It's my personal goal to recruit 10 people a month personally, even at a diamond level, because I always want to be adding, because the nature of the business is people are going to drop off. So you want to always be adding. And I'm always getting my level ones to at least try to go silver, whether they want to work the business or not. I try to have them at least go silver to get their products free. So anyway, Leaders Retreat, I was working hard, adding a bunch of level ones, IPA every day, consistently every day, working hard every day. And I got to Leaders Retreat as a senior gold. And here I am as a diamond. And so this business is real. Anybody can do it. I'm telling you, if I can do it, anyone can do it. I had no experience in network marketing or branding or anything. I had just, I've been reading leadership books. I'm investing in this profession that we call network marketing. I am, reading how Facebook works and how marketing works. And I am trying to educate myself and in return, market that. So do you guys have any questions? I'm probably all over the place with this, but I just want to get some good information out to you guys.
Yeah, so I feel like there's a lot of people in here who have a big market of people that they reach out to, but that those people don't really listen to them about this. Do you have a specific way that you kind of explain this? I don't know if you lead with business or products. I personally feel like product knowledge is the big part of this, because it builds your confidence, and knowing exactly why our products do what they do really helps you to then be able to share it with people. And I know we all share this because we have a desire for people to feel better, but it also gives them belief when they see that we actually know what we're talking about as well. But do you have a specific way that you reach out to people that you feel like really helps them want to give this a try? And I feel like she is frozen. Is she frozen for you guys too? Yes. Bridget. Oh, there you are. Hello.
Sorry, guys. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. I believe in this business that you have to have belief. I agree with that. If you don't have belief, it's really hard to promote these products and to share them with people. I believe that, if people know that you care, they don't really care how much you know. And so I always tell my newbies, don't be afraid to earn as you learn. Don't feel like you need to know everything about the products before you start, reaching out to people. But what I tell my girls and my guys is less information to more people. When I first started, I was information overload, telling them everything about gut health and telling them how our products worked and all of that. And people just don't have time. And except for the few of my crunchy mom friends, they really didn't care. They wanted to know what to take and how to take it and how to order. And so I've kept it really simple. I start everybody on the triplex. I believe that if they want to lose weight, if they have an autoimmune disease, if they suffer from, any other diseases or what have you, I believe that the gut is issue. So if you start with the triplex, which is our pink drink, our probiotic, and our bio cleanse, that's what I start everybody on. And then I can work with them and kind of coach them. So I keep it simple. I always use my voice messenger on Facebook. Always. That is key, because people want to hear your voice. They want to hear your sincerity behind your voice. They want to hear that you care. and it's not so salesy, I guess you would say, as if you were to type something out. But I make it real. I just say, you know, hey Kendall, how are you doing? I love seeing the pictures of your family at the river last weekend. I can't believe how big the kids are getting. About Plexus and a few more. But I always end it in a question so that they'll have to come back. And when you see that voice message come up, it creates curiosity. So they'll want to listen to it. If they, one of three things, they either ignore me, which is fine. That means I just follow up with them. Or they say, yes, I've heard of it, but I'm not interested. Then I come back with, do you know anybody that is interested in losing natural weight, the healthy way, or getting more energy, or maybe possibly making an income? I would love if you would send them my way. Or if they say, yes, I'm interested, then I come back and I say, what would you like to improve in your health? Because I'm showing them that I want to help them. I'm investing time in listening to them. And then I come back, and 99.9% of the time I recommend the triplex. Okay, and I sign everybody up. I'm most people up as a wholesale customer. And notice I said wholesale customer, not ambassador, because when you say ambassador, I believe that people, unless they're interested in the business side, I think they get turned off by it, going, oh, I don't want to be on a team. I don't want to be, selling it. So I just let them know that it's 25% off the products. It's $34.95, kind of like a Costco membership. And you can get a welcome pack for $99 when it normally retails for $140. Now, I do let them know all the options, that retail is $140, 60-day money back guarantee. Preferred is $125, 60-day money back guarantee, and then the wholesale. So I try to sign up everybody as wholesale, and I let them know at least to give it 60 to 90 days. I tell them that up front, and I work with them for, I tell them when they get their products, I have this system. I say, let me know when you get your products, and I want to help you with how to take them. Then they say, okay, my products arrived. I send them how they need to take it. And then I say, let me know how you feel in 2 to 3 days. And then if they're telling me they have headaches or they feel sick, then I can educate them on the die-off. So anyway, that's how you keep your customers around. They end up loving it. And what happens is accidental businesses happen. They end up telling their friends and then their friends, and then they go, wait, how did I get $100? And I said, you went silver, And usually we have a team page that I run, and we add everybody to that team page. And usually most of them catch the vision. I'm an accidental business, and most of my top girls who are going Emerald were accidental businesses as well. So.
Okay, so as far as the team goes, what do you feel is the biggest thing that kind of helps drive motivation? Because I know me personally, even though, Senior Ruby, great, it's close to Emerald, I know motivation is the biggest struggle that people have. So, for you and for your team, is there something, I know training videos, all that kind of stuff, but, is there something that you really push with your people just to encourage them and help them stay motivated in all this?
It's very time consuming, but I really believe that three-way calls, I started three-way calls when I was senior gold, Ruby level. And I was doing 8 three-way calls a day, just busting them out. I would keep them at 15, 20 minutes. And I would get on and I would listen to the girls, and I would start off the call with saying, what is your why for joining Plexus? And what is your why or your goals with the business side of Plexus? And then I would break it down, and I would have them tell me their why. I would love to stay home with my kids, or I would love to make $500 a month. And I would peel back that why. Why do you want to make $500 a month? Why do you want to be home? And let them realize how big their why is. And I know you've probably heard, if your why doesn't make you cry, then it's not big enough. And so I help them for the first 2 minutes of the phone call, help them realize that without a why that makes you cry, you're not going to want to do this business, because I'm telling you, this is not easy. I love doing this business, but success does not come without sacrifice. And I tell my girls, it's a roller coaster ride. One day you know, your good friend that you thought was your good friend unfriends you on Facebook because she's sick of seeing your Plexus posts, okay? So you're like, oh, I hate this. I'm not going to do Plexus anymore. And then the next day, another friend of yours says, oh my gosh, I cannot believe how good I feel. Thank you so much for sharing Plexus with me. And you're like, I love my job. It's so fulfilling to help people, you know? And so that's how this goes. And if you don't have that why in place on the hard times, when maybe you're going slow in the business, then you're going to want to quit. So have your why in place. And then I spend the rest of the call on teaching them about IPA. And I really believe that these three-way calls create momentum because one, you're giving time, you know, your team is so big, or even some of you that are just starting out that are silver, just getting on the three-way call and talking to people, it's just amazing what that does for momentum. And so then I do contests, and they don't have to be big, but just I'm like a cheerleader on my team. I cheer them on, I rally them on, I make graphics for them. Anytime, you know, I'll say, you know, Jenny signed up yesterday and already signed her first ambassador. I make a big deal of it because people love that. I mean, when's the last time us moms ever got rewarded, you know? And so people like that. Anytime somebody gets over 500 PV, I make a big, you know, shout out to the top girls on my team, things like that. So I really believe that all creates momentum. And we keep it simple in my team. It's, you know, Facebook parties are great, sip and sees are great. That's all good. But if people aren't doing their IPA, which is income producing activity every day, consistently before they do anything, then they're really not working their business. So I believe those are the keys to creating momentum.
Yeah. So I saw you post the other day that you are one of the top 30 credit earners for convention. Okay, so what I know it's Diamond. It's very different than the rest of us. But like, what did your last few months kind of look like? And like, what do you feel like kind of pushed that? Because I know out of like the hundreds of thousands of ambassadors, top 30 is pretty dang impressive. So like, do you feel like there's something you did that really kind of pushed that momentum on your team?
We've had pretty big growth, and so I run with my leaders. Okay, I love on everybody on my team. Those that tell me they want it and are in it for the long haul, I to them. And so I get with them and I say, okay, you get your team page going. And you know, I've got several. I'm blessed with some really great runners on my team, and so I get them to pour into their teams. And so if they're doing a contest, they'll bounce off my contest. So my contest may be, you know, for every person you add, you get put your name in a bucket to win $100. You know, so as soon as we reach 50 people on our team for the month of June, then I'm going to give $50 away. And then so they'll bounce off of that. They'll say, hey, check out Bridget's contest. I'm going to go ahead and add in $25 for every this, or, you know, and so we're all working together, pouring into our teams. They're doing three-way calls with their people. So what we do is when we get on the three-way call, and I think three-way calls are very important because my new girls will get on the three-way call with me for the first 2 or 3 times, and then they're on their own. So what it is they're listening to what I'm saying, how I'm training. So they're taking notes on how to train somebody. And then the new person is taking notes on what to learn. So it's just trickling down, and I make everything simple, easy, and very duplicatable. And so I think when you make it simple and duplicatable, then that creates fast growth. And, you know, I've added, like I said, I'm always adding at least 10 people a month myself. And then I'm trying to flip them, meaning I'm trying to get them to all go silver. And so that just creates that momentum. And then my leaders are doing the same. I tell them, you know, everybody needs to try and go silver every month. So I try to get them to at least get 3 people. And so when you've got lots of runners that are going silver as well, and then we're getting those new people on three-way calls, it's just, you know, wildfire. So
yeah, and three-way calls is a big thing that we have started lately, trying to push. So is that something like, I mean, so as far as my perspective on three-way calls, it's kind of something you want to have somebody do before they even get their products. As far as like talking to them about detox and how the products work and their goals with this and all, like, do you do that before they get their products?
I try to get people within the first week. But you know what? I'll go over die off and stuff if they need that. I don't really do that on a 15-minute call. That's their level one's job, to check in with them after the 2 or 3 days. Let me know how you feel. Then they're going to do die off. 15-minute call is strictly pumping them up, getting them excited. I share a little of my testimony. If you don't have a big testimony, I mean, when I was senior gold, I would still share what Plexus has done for our family.
You're frozen. Bridget, can you hear us?
Yeah, did I freeze?
Yes, you froze. Okay, you're back.
Okay. So basically just keeping it simple, and those 15-minute calls are basically just motivating people and getting them excited. We don't really go over product knowledge or anything like that yet. I feel like those are the things that they can do. Our success kits that we get, everything is in there really to train. And so they need to do their own homework. They can do their success kits. They can get on the knowledge, power tools. They can, we've got lots of training videos on YouTube. I tell them, check out Sarah Marble, check out Tara Castaneda, Ame Darling, all of those people. They're already made videos out there. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. Keep it simple. I think Zoom calls are great, once a week to build your leaders up. But I think when people get so busy with all these different ways of growing their team and this contest and this party and this Zoom call, they lose sight of keeping it simple and just doing your IPA. I worked really hard. I wouldn't just do a 5-3-1. I was reaching out to 10 and 20 people a day because it's a numbers game, as you guys know. You're going to get a lot of no's, but that just means you're closer to a yes. So.
Yeah. So as far as like, the time aspect, I think this is my last question because I want to make sure we keep this at like 20 minutes. I know you're hiding in your car from your family.
No, that's okay.
So it's hard for a lot of people as far as fitting this into their lives, because the more I feel like you want this, the more time you want to spend doing this. And then it gets frustrating when you don't have that time. And a lot of people here work full-time jobs, have children. I have my 4 that I homeschool, and even I have a hard time fitting this in every single day because there are work aspects of this. And I feel like we kind of get away from the fact that we're helping people and keeping that in the form, the front of our minds. But you with 7 kiddos, like, you've had to figure out some kind of system, because diamonds have more works than the rest of us. So is there like a certain way that you've been able to really just kind of make all this work, the crazy life and the business?
Well, yeah, we sacrificed a lot. And Rhonda and I always talk about this thing called diamond pace. If you're working a full-time job and you have kids and they're in soccer and 4-H and all these different programs, then you're probably not going to be diamond pace, and that's okay. But for our family, my husband and kids on board, we decided that we were going to sacrifice things like 4-H. My kids weren't going to do sports. We kind of pulled out of some things that I used to be team mom on every team. We still lead a busy life. My kids still do fun things, but we just had to pull out of some things to make this happen. And we rallied together as a family because we knew if we focused hard for a year, diamond pace, what this would do for our family. Daddy was working 60 hours a week. He was never home. And I knew if I could make this happen and we could work together to make this happen, then, we could bring him home, which would be huge. But you also have to remember, it's like with homeschooling, you can't really compare other people's, the way they do school with their kids. Everybody's family dynamic is different. I have two older ones. I have a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old. My 14-year-old daughter does the laundry. I don't have to do the laundry. My 16-year-old son helps watch the kids if I get on a Zoom call. So, we work together as a family, and I think comparison is really dangerous in this business, because you can look at somebody like me or Amy Paul and say, they have 7 kids, they're traveling the country. How are they making diamond? How is her husband going to be diamond? How did Bridget make diamond in a year? Well, you never know who's going to join your team either. Okay. I wouldn't be here if my friend Jenica hadn't signed Bethany up, who Bethany's a midwife and signed all her friends up in North Carolina. You never know who your connectors are going to be. Now, I have hustled very hard and I've sacrificed a lot. I couldn't tell you what is on TV. I haven't watched TV in a year. I don't have time for bubble baths anymore like I used to take at night when I was tired, and I would say, I need my hour to go in a bubble bath and read a book. In our life, it is God, family, Plexus. And really, that's what it's been for the whole year. There's certain things I'll sacrifice and certain things I won't, but we've sacrificed a lot. I really don't have a social life outside of Plexus right now, because I focused on getting there. And so, like I said, it's okay if you're only working Plexus 20 minutes a day or an hour a day or whatever you have time for, as long as you're consistent with it and you're intentional with your time and you're doing your IPAs, you're not on Facebook scrolling it and kind of liking. No, it's when I get on Facebook, it's intentional. I need to follow up with these people. I need to message these people. And it's IPA all the time. If it's not bringing income, then it's a waste of time in my eyes.
Yeah.
Unless you're helping sidelines and encouraging people. That's all great after your IPA is done.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of your husband, I didn't do my research. Is he an ambassador?
He is. And he was very skeptical. He wouldn't even take a sip of the pink drink for 9 months. But now it has helped his health so much. And he realized what it could do for our family, the business side of it, because we own our own business. So he's a business guy anyway. And he looked at our compensation plan and was blown away. And so he should be gold this month.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's so exciting. I love when husbands come on board. So mine is on board as well, although I consider it my second leg instead of his leg. So,
Yeah.
But, okay, well, we are close to our 30 minutes. So I want to let you all go back to your families and the crazy, Sunday nights, get ready for our week. So, but thank you so much for joining us. I am just so thankful that all you jewels are so willing to hop on here, and, we're not on your team. So you don't make anything off of educating us on all this. So
I love Plexus has been, the friendships have just been an added blessing. It's such a blessing to know all these people and connect with you guys. So thank you for having me. And really, if I can do this, you guys can do it too.
Well,